Are you tired of feeling stuck? Do you find yourself doubting your potential or struggling to follow through on your goals? It's time to break the cycle with the Strong Men of Value Academy. At our academy, we don't just talk about change, we make it happen. We provide you with the tools to create a clear vision for your life, backed by actionable goals that we'll tackle together every 12 weeks. Imagine ending this year with 4 major life accomplishments under your belt. How would that change your life? Join me, Lachlan, Stuart, and a community of like-minded men who are committed to lifting each other up. Our program includes weekly check-ins, monthly planning sessions, and quarterly reviews, all designed to help keep you accountable and keep you on track. Plus, every couple of weeks, gain fresh insights from guest speakers who are pioneers in their field. These leaders provide not just inspiration, but practical advice that you can apply directly to your journey of personal and professional growth. Don't let another year pass you by just dreaming about what could be. It's time to become the man you are meant to become the man that can. Spaces are limited, so to ensure personalized support, don't wait. Visit themanthatcanproject.com/the strong men of value to join the waitlist and secure your spot in our next intake, which kicks off on September 27, 2025. Transform your life with the Strong Men of Value Academy, where every man can. 2019 saw the launch of the Strong Men of Value Academy. It started from a need for more accountability and community within my own life. Personally, I knew how powerful it was to be around like-minded men, especially those who had the results that I desired. The power of growth isn't just something that you stumble across. It is something you actively cultivate with the right environment and support. So we all have areas in our life that we can improve, whether it feels significant or not. For some, it's health, removing financial stress, or even saving your marriage. For others, they seemingly have it all: successful careers, good health, stable relationships, but still feel like something is missing. What's the common thread between these men? The men who feel like they're lacking something, or the men who know they need to improve? Key is growth. Whether you're trying to escape pain or striving for greater pleasure, the answer always lies in personal growth. It's not about fixing a problem. It's about evolving into the man that you need to be to create the life that you want. And this realization was huge for me back in 2014, and it's something that I haven't let go of. I understand and I have accepted that I'm always going to be evolving as an individual, which means if I'm going to continue to evolve, I always have a choice around what that next version of myself looks like. As I go through different seasons of life, from running a business to hanging out with friends to one day becoming a father, is going to require a different version of myself. And I need to be mindful of that or aware of that so that I can start being more intentional with the growth that I choose to lean into to become that version. So what's the challenge of growth? As a men's high performance coach, one of the biggest challenges I face is explaining that even if it doesn't feel like there's a major issue, the path forward is that requires growth. I hear from men all the time, I don't have a problem, but I feel like I could be getting more out of life. To me, it's two sides of the same coin, right? The fact that you feel like something is missing or that there's more that you could achieve is a sign that growth is needed. The more you delay, the more life continues to pass you by. I'm sitting here and I wrote a post yesterday on Instagram. So let me just get it up, which I was reading in the morning and it just sort of hit for me. And then I was like, interesting. And I posted a photo of me with my mum at school, then one with my dad. But the post was this: when I was born, my parents were in their 30s. When I was 10, they were in their 40s. Now I'm in my 30s, they are in their 60s. Life goes by fast. Cherish the moments and make your life as enjoyable as you can. There are things that you can do in your 30s that you won't be able to do in your 60s. Remember that. That really drives home what I was just talking about. Like, life does fly by so quickly that the older we become, we start just going, stuff it. I know more about what I want or what I want to be doing. So let's start doing that. We stop trying to put on this facade or this front that we should be someone other than who we really are. And I know from the analytics of this podcast that most of you are around a similar age to me, right? Your age between anywhere from 27 to 40. And you're probably in the same season of life that I am, where it's like you're recognizing how quickly it goes. And if you are like me and you want to maximize it, the key is growth, right? To find out more about who you are, how to make it more enjoyable, how to enrich your relationships, get your health back on track. It is growth. I want to share some personal stories, I guess, as 2 examples, just so you can see the difference between coming from a place of escaping pain to also someone who isn't just experiencing enough pleasure, if that makes sense. So example 1, overcoming financial stress. So when I was Uber driving, and this was, I keep going to upload this post, but I haven't done it yet, but I'll upload it soon with my little license, Uber driver taxi license plate there. But when I was Uber driving, I was making roughly $1,000 a week. My financial stress was high, and it was crushing my self-esteem massively. I didn't want to tell my mates what I was doing for a living. I was ashamed to know that I couldn't provide for my wife, or then partner at the time. But I wanted to do more with my wife, but I couldn't afford it. The fact that she was supporting me weighed heavily on me as a man and my self-esteem and self-confidence. So I recognized I had 2 choices, right? Drive more hours, which would rob me of time and strain my relationship, but hey, I would earn more money. That seems quite logical. Or 2, learn a high-paying skill and start my own side hustle. Now, the reason both of them earn you more money, potentially, both of them have pros and cons, but I didn't want to rob more time just to earn more money. I wanted to earn more in less time. So I chose option 2, even though it was scary and I had no idea where to start and I didn't really have many skill sets. I just was like, that's what I want to do. But that is what growth is. Stepping into the unknown, learning new skills, and challenging your current limitations. Fast forward, and the change I sought presented itself because I embraced it. I lent into it. Example number 2, feeling empty despite success. So one of my clients has a multiple 7-figure net worth and business, but from the outside looking in, he has it all: great family, career, health, flexibility. But for him, there was still something missing. Now, does this sound like someone who has a problem? Some would say no, but I disagree. He wasn't in pain or isn't in pain, but he was being denied the deeper pleasures of life, the satisfaction that comes from growth, from striving for more. The answer for him wasn't to settle, it was to continue growing, but maybe it wasn't chasing more money. Maybe there was a different area or a different pocket of his life for him to start growing in. And I encourage you to think about that. Have you just been on the hamster wheel of trying to earn more money and you've neglected areas of your life that maybe really would add extra value to your life, like your health, being able to have the energy to jump out of bed, be in a good mood, to play with your children, or to get involved in recreational sport? Like, what is it? What's missing? It's important to understand that men who are looking to escape pain and those seeking more fulfillment share the same journey ahead, right? This is where you have a lot in common, because people look at the academy and go, I don't have a problem, I don't need that. When so many of our members don't necessarily have a quote unquote problem, but they want more. So therefore they have a problem, right? It's accepting that and being aware of that. So who they are today, or who you are today, isn't who you need to be to overcome the challenges and find more fulfillment in your life. And that's where the Strong Men of Value Academy comes in. It becomes so powerful. So what does growth in the academy look like? The Strong Men of the Strong Men of Value Academy is built around the idea that growth should fit into your life, not disrupt it. Right? We've all got enough going on. I understand that. So a typical week for our academy members is structured to offer both flexibility and accountability. So things like a 45-minute weekly group call. This is where we connect, share progress, and provide guidance. And we do that every week. There's a 10-minute accountability partner check-in. Now, obviously, you're your own individual. So what we suggest is like decide whether you want to text, email, or jump on the phone so you can get in contact the best way you know how and suit your life. But you have these quick check-ins to ensure that you're staying focused on your goals. And then we have a community platform. So you can engage as much or as little as suits you. Our members have full access to the community of men who are equally committed to growth. I'm super active in the group, so you can ask questions anytime and connect with like-minded men. Our program is about building consistency and making sure that you are continually growing in the areas that matter most to you. You may be thinking now, who is the Academy for? Because I know so many of you read the emails, so many of you read my newsletters and listen to this podcast. And I sit back going, okay, I understand at any given point, some of you are just listening because of the guests. There are some of you who are listening because you enjoy the content. There are some of you who are listening because you have a problem in your life and you're looking for a solution. And there are some of you who know you have a problem and you know we have a solution, but you just haven't pulled the trigger. You're going to be at any step of that, I would guarantee. And so the reason why I'm doing this episode is to give you more of a breakdown on, or answer more of the questions specifically to help you jump off the fence and get involved and start making more progress in the next 12 weeks than most do in 12 months. The Academy is primarily designed for men in business or in management roles, though it's not limited to that. We have men from all walks of life. And the great thing, and how I would have personally utilized it 10 years ago before it was a thing, was getting access to those who were in positions or roles that I wanted to grow into. When I was 23 and I didn't know my ass from my elbow, but I knew I wanted to be successful, something like this would have been game-changing. Now, it works full circle because it allows people who are in business and in management roles to be asked questions by people who aren't, that provide unique perspectives and insights to help them grow. So it works. It's this beautiful cycle where people go, I'd never thought about that. And then the people who are wanting to grow and learn, it's like this opportunity for everyone to ask questions, but also everyone to be a teacher. It's really quite powerful. So if you are looking for personal or professional growth, this is where you belong. I promise you. Whether you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, or just someone who is ready to push the boundaries of their personal life, we're going to provide you the tools. We're going to provide you the support and the community to help you achieve more. So measurable results, the results of the Academy speak for themselves. A few examples are one of our members, and you can go over to our YouTube page and go on the testimonials tab. There's heaps of videos, I think 72 at the moment. But one member improved his business turnover by 400% over the last 3 years. Another member saved his marriage. One man dropped 18 kilos. Another started a business, moved to a new city, and transformed his marriage and relationship with his kids. And one client reported becoming better at public speaking, which has had a positive ripple effect in both his personal and professional life. So it's not just about making changes. It's about sustaining those changes and continuing to grow. It's why so many of our members have been part of the Academy for years. What sets us apart, aside from the continued results and the fact that we've been around for nearly 8 years, is the 12-week game plan is something that we pride ourselves on. We use is one of the unique aspects of the Academy, right? This game plan ensures that you maintain balance across all the important areas of your life, health, wealth, relationships, and personal growth or happiness. And our community is also unique, bringing together high-performing men who actively support and challenge each other. But growth isn't automatic, right? It requires ownership. As the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. A transaction of money gets you in the door, right? But the commitment you bring is what is going to lead to the real transformation. You're the one who has to fill out your game plan and set the goals. You are the one who has to show up on the calls. You are the one who has to ask the questions. It falls back on you to really maximize this. Now, if that excites you, the Smov Academy is going to be the place for you. You'll thrive here, surrounded by men who are motivated, committed, and successful in various aspects of their life. So I'm very excited. And if this is answering a lot of your questions or maybe leaving you with more questions, get in contact with me, whether it's on the internet or Instagram, or just fill out the application form, because at the moment, applications are open. So if you fill out that form, all that's going to happen is I'm going to get a little bit of an understanding of from questions that you fill out, and we're going to jump on a call, and it'll either be for you or it may not. And we've got to make sure that it's mutually beneficial. One, I got to believe that we're going to add value to your life. And secondly, you've got to also believe it will add value to your life. But I've also got to make sure you're a good fit for the community, because community is the most important part. And as I'm sure you've experienced in your own life, there are people within your community that maybe you don't want to spend as much time around. And ours is exactly the same. We want a tight-knit community of like-minded individuals. So that's not to deter people, but that's just to keep the fabric of what makes it successful and what makes our members successful the way it is. So one of the key growth opportunities in the academy is leadership. So by actively engaging with other men in the academy, you'll not only improve your communication skills, but you're going to develop your self-awareness, right? The great thing about learning from men from all walks of life is you can hear challenges or issues that maybe you haven't run into, but you can then become aware of. How many times have you heard of men who have built an incredible organizations or business, but they're now on their third marriage, or their children don't want to, spend time with them, or they've sacrificed their health and now they're dealing with potentially preventable health issues. So things like that make you go, I do like the results that they have in that area, but I don't want that. What could I do to make sure that I find or land somewhere in the middle there? And that's the beauty of having a community or an environment of men who are prepared to talk about those things. So leadership isn't just about the title, as many people think it is. It's about how you lead yourself and others. And that's why we focus on practical strategies for personal and professional growth. My personal journey from being the Uber driver and also the builder, to becoming a high performance coach has deeply influenced my coaching style. I understand what it feels like to be stuck, to see the gap between who you are or where you are and who you want to be or where you want to be. The gap presents both the challenge and the opportunity to grow. So in the academy, we're going to focus on taking action. It's not about dwelling on the past. That we all know that doesn't get us anywhere. It maybe provides insights and experience, but it doesn't change. You can't change it. It's about understanding what you need to do to create a great life. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I provide simple, effective frameworks that any of you can implement. If after listening to this, you're listening and you're thinking, I'm ready for more, then the Strongmen of Value Academy might be your next step. It also might not. So this is the message that you needed to hear to jump off the fence and take your life by the horns. Let me help you achieve more in 12 weeks than most people do in 12 months. So all you've got to do is head over to our website, themanthatcanproject.com, and you will see the Strongman of Value Academy. Click the link, or I've also got it in the show notes or the link on my Instagram. It's available everywhere. And just fill out the application form. It'll get you to book a video call with me, and we'll go through the questions. But essentially, you fill out the application form, or here's the next steps. Here's how the process works. You fill out the application form. We jump on the call at a time that you've selected. Okay, we make sure that it's mutually beneficial, as I mentioned before. If it's a good fit, you'll be invited to join. If it's not, I will recommend you to some resources that I feel will help you. Now, I want to share with you the price as well, because I personally don't like, not knowing what the investment is. It's $600 a quarter, right? $600 Australian. I know our audience is bigger in America now, but $600 a quarter, $50 a week to make more progress in 12 weeks than you've made in 12 months. What do you have to lose? I promise you I am committed to helping you achieve what you want if you're committed as well. So fill out that application. Thanks for being here. I look forward to reading your application. And if you aren't quite ready, I'll see you next week on the podcast as well. My name's Lachlan Stuart, and I'm here to prove that every man can. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachie Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.